Just 3 years ago, I was working that typical 9 to 5 lifestyle where I would just go to work from like 5 a.m. until 10 p.m. at night, working as a gas station clerk in the morning, and then as a server throughout the day until the night at a seafood restaurant. And as you know, in the 9 to 5, you obviously don't have location freedom. You don't have time freedom. And it's very rare you'll be able to unlock financial freedom in these economic times. So what I decided for myself is that I needed to learn a very high income skill that would be able to separate myself from my past peers at the time that are still, stuck in the 9 to 5 at the moment. So that way I could separate myself and expand my reality to new horizons. And that's, of course, when I learned sales, and then just learning how to translate that ability, that skill online into remote sales, where you're just selling for online businesses, online coaches, mentors, and just positioning yourself as a middleman in this digital gold rush. And in this exact video today, I'll be giving you the step-by-step blueprint on how to go from maybe the 9 to 5 university, where you are right now, basically, to getting to the point where you're able to make $10,000 a month anywhere in the world with remote sales. So stick around these next few minutes. I'll be taking you through the step-by-step method on how to do this for yourself. And if you can't stick around for the next few minutes and you just want to go back on Instagram or TikTok, you're never going to make it anywhere in life. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll see you inside. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is compare the 9 to 5 job to 24/7 freedom, which is able to be unlocked with remote sales. So with the 9 to 5 job, of course, you have a boss, you have co-workers, and you might have to even listen to someone you don't even respect, just like I did back when I was working at a racetrack. I was listening to some fat guy tell me to go stock the shelves, clean up the trash outside, which was absolutely disgusting. Didn't really do what I was wanting to do, and I was only making like $14 an hour, and I think we're worth a lot more than that. And then next up with the 9 to 5, you have a dedicated time and place you have to be at every single day. And that's very unfortunate, especially if you're one of those people, if you're like me, that you wanted to travel, you wanted to go out there in the world and see what it was all about, and you just really can't do that with the 9 to 5. And then last but not least, limited pay and opportunity. So let's just say I'm working a racetrack for 5 years instead of just a few months that I did. The best possible scenario for me would be to upgrade to a manager. And that would mean making $20 an hour, still working at the same exact gas station. And that's just not something I wanted to do. So now we'll translate over into the 24/7 freedom. So of course, with remote sales, you're able to have no boss or coworkers. Now what I mean by that is you're not gonna have these influencers, these online businesses tell you where to be, when to be there. As long as you're bringing in money for the business and doing what you need to do in order to help that business make money, you're gonna solidify yourself on that offer. And with coworkers, technically you kind of do. You have people you're working with, but of course you're not gonna be like sitting next to them at the cash register like I was with my coworkers that were at racetrack. They're gonna be maybe in America and you're gonna be in Thailand, or they're gonna be in Mexico, you're gonna be in New Zealand. Remote sales, you can be anywhere in the world. So even if you do have coworkers, AKA other setters or closers that you're working with, it's very likely that they're all around the world. And then next up, it's literally quite the opposite. You have location and time freedom. And with remote sales, once you solidify yourself on the right offer aligned with the time zone that you actually want to work in, you can literally go anywhere in the world. I've been to Dubai, the Philippines, Malaysia, Bali. I went back to the States to visit my family. I can go anywhere I want as long as I have Wi-Fi and I'm still able to work. And with your time freedom as well, this is more tailored to appointment setters. Just because as an appointment setter, you can literally work whenever you want as long as you're doing the numbers. But as a closer, you have your calendar set up for when you're available to take calls. So you have to actually show up to when people book these calls. And then last but not least, you have unlimited pay and potential. And what I mean by that is some offers can make you 5 to 10K a month, some can make you 20 to 40, and some can even make you from 50 to 100K plus. But to be honest guys, I only know 2 people in the space that are making 100K plus a month. But on average, 10K a month, that's like the bare minimum everyone is kind of aiming to get to. And with this as well, with the potential, what I meant by that is, let's just say you're making 10K a month and you move out to Thailand, maybe Mexico, somewhere where it's a little bit cheaper. That 10K translates to 30K here just because it's 3 times cheaper here than back home in the States. So now I'm gonna be going over how remote sales works, so that way you can understand what you're diving into. So first up, you need to understand that you're going to be setting appointments as an appointment setter, or you're going to be closing deals as a closer. And what these deals and appointments are setting and closing for, they're usually for these online businesses, whether it be B2B or B2C, but usually B2C is what I aim all of my students to land on, just because those leads are a lot easier to close and a lot easier to set and sell for. For example, B2C, that's more of like, let's just say a day trading offer, that's B2C, because it's a day trading coach or mentor selling to his or her audience how to day trade. On the contrary, with B2B, it's more business to business type of deals and calls that you're gonna be going into. And with the price range that you're going to be selling for, it usually ranges anywhere from 3 to 15K plus. So with these deals and appointments that you're going to be setting and closing, you, as an appointment setter, you're usually getting 5 to 9% from every set close. So every appointment that you set that closes, you're able to earn 5 to 9% from that closed deal. So let's just say you close a $3,000 deal. I'm not that great at math, but I think that's 150 in your pocket, maybe 200, somewhere around there in that range. And then as a closer, you're gonna be earning anywhere from 10% to 20% from every deal that you close. So let's just say you close a 3K deal, that's either $3,000 or around $400 or $500, whatever it may be. You guys can do the math, but that's usually the percentages that you're going to be getting. And then with a closing, you can also, or with closing and appointment setting, sometimes there is base pay, but usually it's better when it's straight commission based, so that way you're motivated to get a lot more deals closed or a lot more appointments set. So what you need in order to start remote sales, to transition from the 9 to 5 to remote sales as an appointment setter or a closer, of course, you need the skill of sales. And the skill of sales, it's a skill you already have, whether you like it or not. If you've made a friend, a girlfriend, if you've ever convinced someone to eat at this restaurant instead of that restaurant, you've already used the skill of sales. Unfortunately, you just didn't quite get paid for it yet. So of course, you need to be able to understand that you're either going to be using the skill of sales to sell an appointment as an appointment setter, or sell the course slash mentorship as a closer. And then next up, of course, you need some drive, you need some ambition, you need that hunger to be able to make this work. Because if you guys are coming into remote sales and you think it's just gonna be a walk in the park, you're gonna be eating up and spitting out. Just because with remote sales, it takes a lot more work and effort compared to the 9 to 5, and it's a lot harder to get into. Because if it were easy, everyone in the 9 to 5 would be doing remote sales. Now, if you do know the exact process on how to land a goldmine offer to fast track to your first $10,000 a month, which I help 50 plus others already do, you can book a call down with me below just to have a quick chat, just to show you how I can help you. But as we continue on in the video, the next thing that you do need is clarity. And what I mean by that is you need to be clear on why you want to get into remote sales. For me, I knew remote sales was the best business model for me because I only had $1,500 to my name. I came out here to Bangkok, Thailand. I couldn't start an e-com store. I couldn't do day trading just because of the lack of capital. But with remote sales, as long as you have sales, the skill of sales in your arsenal, and you're hungry to make it work, you'll be able to do it. So you need to be very clear on what kind of outcome you want from remote sales, like how much you want to make, and then reverse engineering the process of actually how to get there. So what I would say the last thing that you need is a fire network, a very high level network where you surround yourself with people already successful with remote sales, because that's exactly what I did. Back home in my hometown, of course, no one was making any money from remote sales. Everyone was either in university, partying, or just working the 9 to 5. So coming out here to Bangkok, Thailand, I was surrounding myself with people who were making 10K, 15K, 20K a month with remote sales. So that way I could surround myself with people levels above me. So that way I could ultimately level up myself. So now we're gonna go over how to get into remote sales with what I like to call the shadow funnel strategy. So right now, get out a paper, get out a pen. I'll be giving you the step-by-step A to Z blueprint on how to get started. So first off, this is you right here. You're sad. You're working in the 9 to 5 right now, being told what to do, where to be, and how long you need to be there. to this point where you're able to work anywhere in the world. You're able to unlock time freedom, location freedom, and eventually financial freedom. And here is the exact roadmap to get there. So the number one first thing you need to do is you need to go on YouTube, because YouTube, they have the absolute best leads. They have the hottest leads out of any platform, just because on Instagram, TikTok, people are watching 10-second to 15-second to even like 2-minute videos of these influencers slash coaches, and they're not able to build up that much trust. But on YouTube, they're spending hours and hours on end learning from these people, building up trust, making sure that they can actually believe them and trust them, and them taking them to where they want to go. So YouTube is definitely the best platform to find these high ticket offers. So first up, you need to find these goldmine offers. You need to be able to find which niche you want to get into, because you want to be able to be very confident in what you're talking about. So let's just say you've tried day trading in the past, you're a little bit confident because you already know the strategies, the psychology, but you're not successful with it. That'll probably be the best offer for you, just because you already have a little bit of knowledge in it. But let's just say you go to the gym every day, you love fitness, a fitness offer would probably be your best bet. Or let's just say you're very good with girls, you love dating, you love being a playboy, whatever it may be, a dating offer might be best for you. So you need to find what niche you want to get into. And then it's all about searching and positioning yourself in the person who wants to learn this tangible skill. So let's just say you're person A and you want to learn how to be successful at day trading. So what you want to do, you want to go in the search bar and type up how to start day trading as a beginner. And then from there, you'll see a bunch of influencers, a lot of mentors, people who are posting videos about how to day trade, and you want to go through those. And then it's all about locating and sourcing these high ticket offers. So to do this, you want to click on, let's just say you see person B, he has a lot of subscribers, he's getting a ton of views, maybe he has over 100,000 subs, he gets at least 10,000 views a video. That sounds pretty good. So you just want to make sure that they have a high ticket offer, and to do that, you need to dig through their funnel. And to dig through their funnel, you want to click on their bio on YouTube. You want to go through and click through the links that are located in the bio and in the videos that they post. And you want to find the ones that lead you to a landing page of VSL that leads you the possibility to book a call. And that's when you know for certain that there is a high ticket offer and you want to book that call. And when you book that call, you're able to get an email from either the closer or the influencer himself. And that's already one email that you have. So that's one way that you're going to be able to outreach to them. And then another email that you'll be able to get is through their about section in their YouTube. Now, of course, this isn't the best email to reach out to, just because they probably get thousands of emails a day, but it's just another outreach in the arsenal. So that's 2. And then 3, you can use an email scraper as well to go on the landing page, use an email scraper, and you're possibly able to get another email, which is 3. And then 4, you can go on their Instagram, their Facebook, their Upwork, their LinkedIn, search them up on every single platform to give yourself the best possible chance for them to see you. So that's 4 more. All right, I think that's the amount I was counting, but yeah, once you find these different platforms that you're able to find these people on, it's all about outreaching and sending your outreach video. So to do this, I'll give you guys a quick example of what the outreach video should sound like. You need to have very high conviction in yourself, high energy. And this is really your first test in remote sales, is selling yourself as either an appointment setter or a closer. So right now, I'll pretend I'm outreaching to be a closer on a goldmine day trading offer. Hey, my name is Ryan Little. I'm 21 and I live in Bangkok, Thailand right now. I've been a closer for the last 2 years and I've closed over $2 million cash collected for multiple different online businesses. Now, Bob, I really love and respect what you do, helping people level up their lives with day trading, and I'm willing to call all of your old, cold, dead leads that you've already given up on and to close some of those deals for you, just so there's no risk on the table for you. Now, Bob, I know you're a very busy guy, you probably won't even see this, but if you do, please reach out back to me and I'm willing to get started right away. So I really love and respect what you do once again. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to hear back from you. So guys, that's just a brief example. You don't have to copy that word for word, but it's very important that you're authentic, you're genuine, and you're selling yourself as best as you can. Pretend that this offer, you need to land it as if your life depended on it. And then from there, just sending this to all different angles, Instagram, all of their emails, their Facebook, their Upwork, their LinkedIn, every single platform that you kind of find them on, to send this outreach video to them. And as well as when you're sending this video, it's good to stand out in the email subject. So you can put, please, whatever you do not watch this. Please just don't do it. Just use some reverse psychology to make them click on it. Be a little clickbaity. And then on Instagram, just send them a message prior to sending the video. And then on Instagram as well, what you can do is you can create a fake account and then post on your story this outreach video and then tag them in that story. So those are just a few different ways you can try to land and position yourself the best possible chance to land these high ticket offers. And then just choose a number that you want to stick to each and every single day of how many people you're reaching out to. I would recommend at least starting out with 5 a day for 30 days, and it's pretty much guaranteed that you'll land your first role in the first month. So now let's just say you fast tracked, you crushed the interview, and now you're on the offer as either an appointment setter or a closer. I'm gonna be going over how to crush it on your first offer. So when you do land this offer, you want to do 2 to 3x what the best person is doing. And what I mean by that, let's just say you get on an offer as an appointment setter and you see the best appointment setter on the offer who's making the most money is doing 100 outbound calls a day. What you want to do is 200 to 300 calls a day just to solidify yourself on this offer. Because realistically, you're probably not the best setter right now, especially if you have no experience. So the only way to combat that is to do 2 or 3 times the volume that the best setter is doing, so that way you solidify yourself on this offer. Because number one, you're gonna ultimately level up your skills a lot quicker. If you're doing 200 to 300 more calls than the setter, it's literally just a numbers game. You're gonna be ultimately making more money than him, and you're gonna be better than him in a very short period of time. And then number 2, to be able to crush it, you wanna lock yourself in a room. And the reason I say this is because most people, when they come out here or when they get started in remote sales, they think it's just gonna be like a part-time thing. They're gonna put in like an hour or 2 a day, and that's gonna work out. But realistically, when you're first starting out especially, you want to level up as fast as possible. And the way to do so is to kind of go in a monk mode where you're just focused all in on remote sales. Like this is your life until you get really good. And then you can always like backtrack the time you're putting into it. But when you're first starting, this is all you should be doing. So lock yourself in a room until you get to 10,000 a month. And then you can put your foot off the gas a little bit. You don't have to grind as hard just because your skills have leveled up. And then next up, you want to dial in on your sleep, fitness, and health. So that means just cutting out the junk food, cutting out the vices, making sure you're getting 8 hours of sleep every night, getting well groomed, going to the gym every day. Just the more you level up outside of sales in these 3 different categories, the more you're able to translate that into sales, just because you feel better, you're showing up to the calls with a lot more energy, a lot more conviction, and a lot more self-respect for yourself, which the prospects will feel when you're talking to them as either a setter or a closer. And especially as a closer, if you're showing up fat, you look ugly, and you don't have any confidence in yourself, it's gonna do much harm to your deals, and you won't close as many as you could if you were the top level person where you're in shape, you're well groomed, and you feel really good about yourself, and you just feel good overall. And then last but not least, burning the boats. And when I say burn the boats, that means don't just try remote sales for 2 weeks to 2 months. You wanna go all in until it works out. Just because I've tried multiple different online businesses in the past, I've tried day trading, e-commerce, and all those different things, and none of them worked out just because I tried it for like 2 weeks to a month, and then I gave up and moved on to the next business. But if you just go all in on remote sales and you tell yourself, okay, I'm not gonna leave this business model until I get to 10,000 a month, you will hit that mark and be able to scale up a lot more from there. But if you try and you're not able to land an offer, or maybe you do land an offer and it's shit and then you give up completely, you'll never be able to make it in any business. You need to find yourself success in this business model and stick with it until it works. Of course, there'll be valleys, there'll be roadblocks that will come up, but as long as you stick to your goal of hitting 10,000 a month with remote sales and you burn the boats, lock yourself in the room and surround yourself with people who are already successful, it'll literally be inevitable that you will hit that 10,000 a month and be able to unlock time freedom, location freedom, and eventually financial freedom. So now, let's just say you've scaled to 10,000 a month. You've now unlocked a new reality. You're now never gonna be able to work a 9 to 5 again, just because you now have the life where you're able to travel, you're able to live on your own terms, you're able to do what you actually want to do. And with remote sales, it shouldn't be your end all be all. It should just be the vehicle in order to take you to that life that you actually want to create. Like for me, YouTube, I want to be able to focus on that and make money from YouTube and to just live my life how I want to and make like 10,000, 20,000 a month passively with passive investments and stuff like that. And remote sales are just the fastest way to be there, to go there. And I'm living in Thailand as well, so I'm able to save invest a lot quicker than I would be if I was living in the US, just because it's a lot more expensive. There's not that big of a network there. And out here in Thailand, it's just a lot more cheaper. The weather is better. The girls are better. It's just a lot better life. So now you're able to provide that reality for yourself. And if you guys do want to see one of my students, Jan, who was able to make around $43,000 in his first 63 days, the video will be posted right here, I think in the right corner. So you can click on that, kind of hear his story, how he got started in remote sales, how I was able to help him. So stick around for that video. It should be popping up right now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I've been able to help you guys out a lot. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I will see you guys in the next one.